Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's stream. We are finally back at it. Sorry about that. So it has been, over 2 weeks since the last stream, and we are just now hopping back in to start getting going again. And we got a lot to do and not a lot of time left in the year to get it done, because I want to get this Pegasus off my desk by the new year. So there's definitely a lot I gotta do. Tonight I definitely want to talk about more patina, putting more patina on the guns, to basically make them look like they have definitely had some wear and tear in the game. Sorry guys, I'm also clicking a few buttons that YouTube needs me to click. So basically, we've got to get this ship. I've got to get this ship in a lot more of a painted state, so that I can seal it and then come back in and put in the, where is it? We're going to play with my friend, Dirty Down Rust, and get some rust and some patinaing done to the ship and just kind of make it look like she's had a life out there in the wild and been used and suffered and fought. There's even a few sections here that I'm going to show you that I intend on doing some battle damage to. So actually I'm going to switch that view and we're going to look at that here real quick. Obviously there's a problem with that camera. Great. We'll switch over there. I'll reset this camera real quick. That'll fix that. So basically right here is indented a little bit. Now I could take a heat gun and pop it back out and straighten it, but what's the fun of that, right? Wouldn't it be more fun to actually make it look damaged? So I'm going to see if side view will work. There we go. All right. So you can see there's just a curve right here where this should be straight. There's an indentation. Now, why is there an indentation there? The indentation occurred because of moving, and it was in the moving truck. It got hot. Something was pressing right there, and it dented the model in. But you know what? That's kind of something we're going to play with and kind of use to our advantage. But the first thing I want to do, we started doing some work to the guns with the blue. Now I kind of want to put some purple and some patina in there to make them look like they've been firing, heat damage, stuff like that. And then basically I need to do some work on back here on the engines. You can see I started doing some with some mechanical gray, kind of offsetting these parts. I want to come in with some other colors to offset those mechanical pieces, and kind of do some more work back here in the engines as well. I'm thinking about taking the same red and bringing it back here as well into the engines, and kind of giving her a little bit more color before we come in and really kind of start working out the black into it. So that's kind of the goal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set her off to the side down here. I'm going to start with one gun. We're going to move to one of the turrets. And what we're going to do is I'm going to cheat. So I did the blue. I brought it in. Now I kind of want to give it the burnt color. Now, a lot of times what I would do is I would come in with some light purples, dark, and just darken it out as I go. But I kind of want it to have a shine this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Turbo Dork, 4D glasses, and Cloud 9 to give that metallic look. I'm basically going to do it's not really a shortcut, but it's going to give that metallic look that I'm looking for. And what I like about Turbo Dork, you can hear it in there. They put in the ball bearings. This one, it's stuck enough, it's not moving. We get our friend over here to shake it up a little bit. Hopefully get it moving a little bit so we get some color out of it. So I haven't used these since before the move. Sorry for the sound, guys. All right. And we've got our wet palette here. And we're going to, and you can see I've cleaned it up. We've got a fresh new paper in there to work with. And I'm just going to try to, not going to be very successful with that one. It's not wanting to come out. If you guys are watching, hop in that chat and let me know where you're watching from tonight. Oh, oh, that's fun. That is a lot of fun right there when that happens. All right. Paper towel, clean myself up. And paint poplosion. Always fun when that happens. Oh, we'll kind of dab a little bit of that up. Out of there. No use in wasting it. Set that to the side. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for one of my poking tools. And I'm not seeing the tool I'm looking for. So I usually keep a paper clip around for when this happens. But I don't have one around me right now. So that did not mix up well at all. That's kind of the crux with this paint sometimes. It doesn't stir very well. So we'll have to shake it up a little bit more. I probably should have thrown another ball bearing in there while I had it open. Because that one, the ball bearing is not moving at all. Where this one is. But it's also doing the not coming out of the tip. So we'll take a knife, kind of clean it up, see if we can get anything to pop out. I don't want another explosion. Oh boy. Where is my toothpicks? Oh, there's my paper clips. We'll grab those real quick. And just so you guys know, I have been kind of coming back from illness. Well, trying to come back anyway. Kind of keeps pulling me down, so tonight might be kind of short. I don't know. We'll kind of see. The paints are telling me to keep it a short night, but I don't want to. There we go. There's that color we're looking for. Now, Turbo Dork paints. I'm not going to get the sheen the first time I apply it. It's going to take a couple applications for that sheen to appear. And by a couple, I mean probably like 4 or 5. But you can see that gradient is going to look pretty cool on the end of these guns. And that's where what we're aiming for, is that gradient mixed on top of the blue to create that vortex. I've been fired heat, even though it's out in the cold of space, because if they fire around in space with a chemical propellant, you can almost bet this metal is suffering from some kind of fatigue because it's rapidly getting heated then cooled. You guys can already kind of see the purple kind of starting to get in there. I know it's kind of hard to see. But coupled with the blue, it's creating a really nice gradient. But you try to go thin, because you're going to have to come back and do this 4 or 5 times to create the gradient that I'm looking for. But it will give an awesome patina to the guns. Before we start working on kind of around the engines as well. But basically that's what I'm trying to achieve, is that fired effect, and as I go further out it'll turn more into that purple. And I can even pull in this other Turbo Dork, the 40 glasses, to really kind of help pull that purple effect in. Hey, Drip Drops, thanks. We're getting there. We are getting there. It's definitely being a beast of a project. These poor Turbo Dork paints, they have sat for some time. That's my fault. Yeah, see, I'm just getting the fluid. I'm not getting the mixture out of this one. So that one's going to take some downright stirring is what it's going to take. And we just happen to have a tool here to do that. So, yep, that's definitely what I'm doing, Drips. I'm trying to go slow, but I'm starting to get that. I want to get it done and move on to something else. Vibe 2. Oh, wow, this bottle may be toast, actually. Well, this bottle may have just gone bad, that's all. Because your paint should not look like that. That's a little disappointing. Yep. Well, that one might be just hitting the trash can. Disappointing, but it happens from time to time. That's why we shouldn't let paint sit around too long. I may try to rehydrate it, so put some water-based reducer in there and see if it'll come back to life. Sometimes it will. Sometimes it will, but you can start to see and next week after I've done a few layers on these, you guys will definitely probably be able to see more of the patina on the guns. But as you go through layer by layer, the purple becomes more and more visible. And I kind of feel bad. I know I'm working on such a small part to kind of give that effect. It's going pretty good. Just kind of trying to give some patina on the guns. And probably, what I'll probably do is here, I want to work on one of the guns on here. And then I'm going to move to the Warhammer gun. Kind of give that one some life too, because I want to actually put that one up for sale probably. I kind of need to do the same probably to this, but I'm not ready to do that. And you can start to see the color change now. The gradient's starting to kind of appear. You can see where it's going from the blue and it's going up to that tempered purple. I know it looks quite whitish right now. When it dries, that sheen is really going to start blustering through. That's why I love these Turbo Dork paints for this. We're using the Cloud 9 one right now. It kind of gives a little bit of a cheaty way to get through this. So just kind of a comparison to when we started to where we are now. You can kind of see that shine starting to get in there of the metal fatigue and heat from the guns. So switch to the next one. I'm only going to I'll probably do like 3 of these on camera real quick, and then I'll switch over. So we got to make room on the engines and everything else, and maybe even talk about new projects, because as I've been kind of recovering the last 2 weeks, holiday, all that kind of stuff, this cold that I had to go through, I've been kind of thinking about the next printing projects. And I'm going to be bringing some Star Trek ships to the table. They're actually supposed to start, I'm hoping to start printing them in the Mega 8K. Actually tonight is my hope. Hey JJ, how's it going? I'm kind of hoping the models will come out but I'm going to be doing a resin print of a Sovereign class, similar to the Enterprise E, and an Odyssey class of the new Enterprise F variant here. I'll either be starting it tonight or tomorrow. That way we kind of have some something a little different. Get away from Battlestar, get back over to Star Trek. Get into something kind of fun. I'm only going to do this third. I'm going to do this third one here. Then we'll start looking at the engine section of the Pegasus itself. This turbo dork, I mean, it just works so well on giving you a colorful gradient. And kind of helping with the patina of like weapons fire and stuff like that. So that's kind of the goal with this turbo dork, is to really kind of give that muzzle look as it's been fired. Give that metal work. Like I said, I'm just kind of, turbo dork paint is one of those, you gotta go layer over layer over layer. It's not a one and done. Some people love the paint because it gives this really cool coloring. It gives that effect. But it also is one of those, it can drive people insane because you got to come across it 4 or 5 times to really kind of drive this effect in to your model. So those are those 3 guns. Kind of let those dry. We'll come back to them, and we'll do, maybe within this hour, we'll get 2 or 3 layers on, and it'll become even more transparent. Kind of the gradient that this will create. All right. Get all the pokey stuff away from me. So appreciate it, JJ, on telling everybody to hit the like button. It does help us out. Every hit helps. Oh, come on, big girl. Up we go. All right. I don't know why I pushed that over there when I need it over here. All right. So you can see she is coming along very, very well. Tonight where I want to focus is this section. So, yep, exactly, JJ. Exactly. Since those guns basically fire a propellant round, I'm going for that burnt titanium muzzle flash in frozen cold, rapid cooled effect. So that is exactly what we're going for, but we got to do some work here. Lead Belcher, Abaddon, Natural Steel, Russian Blue. Here's the wine red. So sorry guys, I'm trying to muscle through. I am still feeling whatever this respiratory thing that went around. It definitely was a kicker. And that's just my shaker, so just so you guys know, it's just shaking up the paint for me. We'll come back in, get some wine red in here. I want to basically make these strips red. Kind of get started. I'm getting a little bit more color back here. Then I want to do some work on here to pull out these mechanical parts a little bit. Maybe even something kind of off, like a little bit of copper to create some contrast. Copper or bronzing. And to do that, I probably will use, I really like AK's metallic copper. It's a really good one. It stands out really well. Actually, here, I'll show you. Oh, Come here, my little side project. So this is one of my side projects I've been working on. And you can see in the middle here, I've brought in a lot of the AK copper to create contrast within the pipes. Then this is Army Painter's Greedy Gold, and it works really well. It definitely creates pop. You guys can definitely tell this is a work in progress because only half the embellishments are done of the armor work and stuff. But I just like the way, especially against the silvers, the way this copper pops. It looks really well. So I'll go put that Devastator Knight back away, and we'll start really pulling in that red real quick. Like I said, on stream, I only do portions of it. Then off stream, I'll go usually kind of finish it and not bore you guys to death with repetitive paint tasks. Because what'll happen is this red will take a while. Because there's just a lot of ground to cover with it. But basically, I'm a little mad at myself that I'm still basing. I'm not in the layering colors yet, so it's kind of wearing on me a little bit. I want to get this to where we're layering and weathering, but she's definitely a bigger project than I thought she would be. And I think it was you, JJ, that brought up the idea of putting this as a coffee table, like she was in dry dock. I love the idea. I kind of explored it a little bit, to be honest. And just the glass, the cost of the glass was a little offsetting, I'll be honest. Just to make her visible as a coffee table was a little daunting when I saw that price tag, but it would be an awesome thing to see. See done. Because yeah, I'll be honest, after some more painting and some layering and weathering, this is going to go up in my shop for sale. Rise 3D Printing Shop has launched on Shopify with some models and stuff, so guys, definitely go check it out. I'll put a link in the description down below. And this model will be on there. I've decided not to keep it. I'm going to let it go and share it with whomever wants to purchase her. I'd love to see what they do with it, what it becomes after it's left here, but it's got to make way for other models and fund them. Thank you, Uncle Buck. She's definitely coming a long way. But what are you guys' feelings about the resin Federation ships for next year? Like I said, I'm planning on trying to get the Odyssey class and a Sovereign class in about a foot long, probably. I'm going to use my Mega 8K and see what I can do. I've actually already got it sliced. I don't know how well it's going to come out. It's supposed to go in the printer this evening if I get up there and get it done. But yeah, we launched our shop, so models that you guys see me building on here, after they're printed or after they're done, they're going up there for sale. Stuff you guys haven't seen on here, some of it sitting out there. Kind of just doing a little bit of everything. I want to kind of just get across this top section. Then we'll move on. Everything on the underside I'll paint off stream. But you can tell just the layer lines and stuff, the way that I'm being able, how easy I'm being able to paint. You know, I did not do much post-op. on this model after it was printed. Most of the post-op you guys have seen here on stream. Her full assembly was done here on stream, so I mean, there was not hardly any sanding done to this model. I'm just going to get this last section, and then we're going to move on to doing some highlighting and stuff. All right. Awesome. Awesome. I really haven't looked into any cubic. I'll be honest. I have check out Friday's video as I talk about the Frozen Sonic Mighty 8K this week. That is where I've been mainly going. Is the Frozen printers. I just love the Frozen printers. They, like the Mega 8K, I don't even have to level it. I just have to make sure there's resin in it, that the FEP is fine, and my settings for slicing the files are so tuned in right now that I hardly ever have a problem. If I have a problem, it's because some particulate got in the printer or I didn't clean the resin bay well enough. Simple little rookie stuff like that that can cause a failure. So now I've got two Mighty 8Ks in the shop. I'm doing the unboxing video for this Friday for those. 10-inch printers, 10-inch build plates, and basically they've got built-in cameras, touchscreen, Wi-Fi, built-on file shares, and for $550, well, they were on sale for $550, and for what they are, they're the 8K, same resolution that I'm getting out of my Mega. I'm trying to look around and see if I've got any of the Mega 8K prints in here, and I don't. They're all out in my garage. I'm waiting for post-op. So that's the thing about getting sick. You get so far behind. You get so far behind that it just kills you. Oh, let's get some copper going. Let's kind of start pulling some detail out of these. I'll have to take a look at Modbot. But just kind of after letting these sit for a little bit, I don't think the light's really going to kind of show it, but you can see where we started. It's starting to pull in the purple into the guns a little bit versus one that I have not touched. So go back to your home. There you go. Go back to your home. So JJ, what kind of project are you working on? And I do apologize, guys, if the sound's off. I'm trying something new tonight, a new kind of sound system. Hopefully it's better. In the testing, it was sounding better, but just trying something new tonight because bad sound equals no one watching. So other than now, you can probably hear everything my throat and nose and everything is doing. So bad trade-off, probably. All right. And probably what I'll do is when I'm going through the rust phase, I'll come in with some teal to make it look like the copper is kind of iodized. Or is it ionized? Oxidized? Oxidized. That's the word I'm looking for. Kind of give some of that green around this copper. But basically I'm just wanting to kind of make the parts pop a little bit. Okay. But other than that, what other projects do I have going on? I've almost got all the filament printers back online, and this Warhammer pistol kind of gave me an itch for a new cosplay. And I'm really tempted to try to do the Guardsman's armor, or at least a basic edition of Imperial Guardsman armor. One, maybe for Halloween this coming year, maybe even put it up on the store. I don't know, but it's kind of given me a little bit of an itch to try to print something new. I haven't done an armor set in now almost 2 years. So I'm kind of feeling the desire to go big, go home, even if it is for Halloween this year. You know, start out with something. Start out now, so I have it ready by the time Halloween arrives. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a really good idea. That's really neat, man. That's a really neat idea. But you guys can kind of see just that copper gives a little bit of pop. Well, JJ, feel free to ask for help. I mean, that's what this channel is for. You get stuck on part of a project and need some help, you just ask. Especially if it's in the 3D printing realm. I probably have some knowledge in that realm. So, definitely, because that's the one thing I love about like the chat here, stuff like that. You guys give me so many ideas on possible videos, just different things like that. Because if you guys are having the problem, other people are having the problem too. And I love that. Or just even model ideas that, you know, I get into a rut myself sometimes. So, no, definitely love the ideas. But yeah, just coming in with these simple colors. I'm probably going to pull some natural steel into these drive shafts or some dark silver. You know, kind of stuff like that to really kind of make this pop. I thought about doing a yellow and a red dot in the middle of each of these, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I want to delve into something like that right now. Kind of give some copperish look up here towards the front. Just a few pieces in front of the engine here. But yeah, this big old girl, she is going to hopefully find a new home fairly quickly, whether I finish it or not. I don't know about that. I may have to paint that back over. Not totally sold on that one. I don't want to get too much color because she is a ship of war, and shouldn't have too much outlandish colorings. Other than a few spaces where, you know, certain things might just have to be exposed to space. You know, copper, very common material used in a heat sink and coils like that. So, you know, these could be just radiating off heat from internal ship functions for all we know. Kind of trying to make a story behind the colors a little bit. Trying to decide where I want the colors too. Now, I did have a comment out on the channel too about, am I planning to make some Vipers and stuff for it? And I'm kind of thinking about it. They'd be extremely small, though, to accommodate something of this size. So that's kind of a detractor of me making them. Yeah, I've worked with some of the foils and stuff. Done a little bit of leafing. Not a huge fan. I kind of go for the painting aspects more. Like I said, right now it's just base coating to kind of pull the colors in. Hey Douglas, welcome to the stream, man. We're just here working on the Peggy. Oh, I'm gonna turn around so I can kind of get some of this other side before I work on that set of 3 guns again. That Turbo Dork paint is just rolling everywhere, ain't it? So I'm gonna switch up the view here too. Kind of give more of a top side view of what I'm working on. So I'm gonna keep bringing this copper over a little bit more. Kind of do the same effect over there I did over on this side. Again, I'll only do the top side on stream, unless it's kind of like a big deal or something. The bottom, especially back here in the engine section, it's all repetition. So, but I'm kind of just doing some copper working. And this is just kind of this, like I said, we're base coating. We're doing the base coat. Right now, I'm just trying to pull some color into her. And that's what I'm doing with this copper from AK. It's just trying to make these mechanical parts back here kind of just pop. Like I said, a lot of times copper is used for heat sink, stuff like that. This could be, you know, the upper part of a reactor heat sink or something along that lines. But I'm just kind of trying to give the ship a little bit of color, a little bit of metallic. I'm going to come back with the natural steel and kind of do some work in there here in a second. I'm just duplicating what I've done on that side over here real fast. Because I don't want I did it to one side and completely forgot to do it to another side issue. Because I do that way too much. So I'm trying to just be good about it. But the goal is to have this thing up on my shop by end of year. It was a good Thanksgiving, Douglas. The cold, on the other hand, well, that wasn't so much fun. But it happens. It happens. That's why there was no stream last week, because I was fighting this off. So, but I was trying to give her a little bit of life, color-wise, and that's all I'm going to do with the copper for now. How was yours, Douglas? Hopefully it was a good one. And I'm just using this is asterisk spot for 4/0 brush. That's what I'm using. Where is that natural steel? Right here. Been really liking the AK metallics a lot more. I used to be very hardcore Citadel metallics, but these AK metallics have just been, they just go on so clean that I just enjoy working with them. And a little goes a long way, which is really kind of nice. I'm going to continue with the same brush. I'm going to try to pull these driver rods, make them pop against the probably at least a 3-digit price tag. It'd probably be a couple hundred I sell it for. Depending on how far I actually go with it. I doubt I could get a couple thousand out of it. I'm good, but I'm not that good. What I do a lot of times with these is just trying to recover what I put into it. The original commission for this model was $150 just for the print. So so we'll see. I mean, I'm no master painter or anything like that either. This is just a hobby. But, you know, I figure I'll sell it to fund the next project, fund the next video. So that's kind of the fun of it. What's going to be the hard part with this is shipping. That's going to be the hard part. Is getting her wherever she needs to go. But that's why the guns are can be separated and put off in their own packaging. The ship itself shouldn't be that bad to get out to its new home. Just trying, like I said, just trying to pull some of the mechanical parts out a little bit. Make them pop against the base color of the ship. That's all that copper is really kind of doing. And kind of that natural steel in with it too. But now it's time to circle back. Let's get another coat on these guns. Pick up my little bit bigger brush, grab the guns that we started on. Again, I'm going to move further down from where I'm not going to go as far back. I'm going to pull this layer in and just kind of get that titanium look going a little bit stronger. And I just layer after layer, layer after layer. And as I move outward to get the effect, I go in shorter and shorter each time. That's how you got to really kind of work up with Turbo Dork paints. It is definitely a layer upon layer for gradient, but you can have so much beautiful work. But yeah, my ultimate goal is to probably put this up on the shop by New Year's. That way, when we start the next year, we can either start with the Star Trek ships or continue with the Warhammer pistol if need be, and kind of just keep going. Start the new year with some new projects, basically, is the goal. I know this is so small that the camera probably doesn't really show the effect all that well. But, I mean, compared, the purple is starting to show more. I just love the color of the Turbo Dork paints. Like when I'm painting Warhammer, a lot of times I'll come in with Turbo Dorks, especially like the Necrons and stuff like that, or the big tanks that have been, they've been in combat for a while. They're seeing fatigue from using heat and stuff like that. It works really, really well. The paint basically kind of does give a very metallic-y shortcut. That kind of works out really, really well to kind of help with that effect. And like I said, I'm only doing the 3 here on the stream. I'll do the rest off camera. I got a lot to do on this ship this weekend to get just kind of caught up and kind of get things ahead. Get things really kind of working forward. But yeah, I just shorten up each time a little bit more. And it really kind of helps pull that gradient as I layer on layer after layer. So I mean, it's starting to show more and more the gradient as I go to additional layers from where we started. So just one layer at a time. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. But Douglas, glad you were able to jump in. JJ, you too. Glad to see you guys on the stream. I know it's been a while because it's unusual for me to be gone for 2 weeks, but health issues, and even right now, I'm not feeling that great. But like I said at the beginning of the video, this indented section, I want to start doing some work with. I'm going to start messing with this because now I could take a heat gun and pop it back out, but it's a great impact point, and I kind of want to do some stressing on this plate. And I'm going to start with Pro Acryl's Dark Silver, kind of putting in a line. And actually, hopefully this bottle hasn't gone bad on me. Emerald Knight, sold. There's a Turbo Dork paint called Cool Ranch that can be really kind of cool for giving like crack metal fatigue look. But I'm going to start with this Dark Silver. Pro Acryl paints by Monument Hobby guys. Check them out. They're pretty cool paint. I really love this Dark Silver. I'm pretty sure I use it almost in every stream to kind of just kind of show a darkness into the metal. I'm going to kind of just use the metal's contour as a branching point. Kind of take some of it over to the red as well. Just kind of get the blasting pattern into it. Now it doesn't look like I'm doing a lot because this is going to be more of a build up to the damage. I'm trying to more show the impact point than I am actually creating a contour. So that'll be a first layer of many to kind of create that effect. Because, you know, her guns, they're used, they're beaten, hence the firing effect. Maybe like JJ, you suggested with the coffee table, she's coming in the dry dock for overhaul. Could very much be why. You know, she took a hit. She's had to fire a lot of rounds. It's time to be worked up a little bit. I'm gonna get some different metals in here. What do I want to use? Oh. What kind of metals do I want to use, guys? So many choices, so little time. I'll pull in some brass, maybe? Nah, that's getting a bit overkill. And what I'm planning on doing here is I'm going to take and cut a strip from the Cricut vinyl, and I want to run it down the length here, and kind of that way I can kind of create the effects of the landing bay and actually push that up, peel it, and actually adhere the landing bay and possibly even print the ship symbol on the landing run. Whoops. I don't know where my phone is. So, sorry about that, guys. All right, so kind of finish up, and we are kind of at that hour mark where I'm going to have to actually end this here pretty soon. Thank you, Martin. she has been very much, this is what, the 6th string, guys, that we've worked on this? Actually, you know, I'm going to let this dry because we haven't gotten to work on the Warhammer pistol. So I'm going to set that to the side. And all right, Warhammer pistol. So we did some work with it, kind of started silvering it in, started working on that. So I want to come in with the brass. I'm going to use Retributor Armor Brass. And do I have an open one of those? Yes. Use the open bottle, Mike. Don't open a new one. What are you thinking, you crazy man? So I'm going to work on the Aquila here. Now, what I did last time we worked, you notice I come in with this tanning. There's a reason why I use the tan. Because when you come back in with this Retributor armor, it gives it it makes the gold just pop. As you can see, I mean, that just pops, it stands out, it works really, really well. And just basically lets you lay in the gold like nothing. I mean, that just lays in. It gives a great yellowish gold, which is what I'm after. Because this is the Aquila of Mankind. And I'll just start on this. I won't finish it here, but this is why we laid the tan lines, was to be able to get that gold to just pop in the print. So it just lets the eagle pop out. It allows us to easily just lay down the lines. So that's why I love doing brown under brasses or golds. It just lets it kind of sit and pull out. Just like that. So I'll go in, do some more cleanup, and of course finish painting the Aquila. And then basically when I come back with some panel lining and stuff like that to kind of darken, especially around, you know, the grooves. You know, this gun's seen some combat. It's not brand new. It'll have some of the some grime in there and kind of dirty up the gold that way. But I really wanted this one to just pop its gold out into the wings and show, you know, the pride of the Imperium in what they make. So I'll do this whole wing and then we'll pop over and work on some other parts like this muzzle. I plan on doing kind of the same thing with the muzzle on this, with the same turbo dart paints, because you know this gun's seen action. You can see just how. Now, if I hadn't done that, and actually I'll just do this. If I hadn't done that and I had just taken this against a base layer color, because I'm going to make this a different color, you guys kind of see how it doesn't shine like it does up there. It's kind of just dull. It doesn't have a good backing. Now, granted, Citadel colors are great, but it just doesn't pop like it does over the brown. So the brown lets you very much pull it out. on this 3D print. Actually, I feel like kind of diving in a little bit more. But I'll hold off there. So kind of the same thing. I'm going to kind of just add some of the gold patinaing here where the cartridges have kind of scuffed up into that metal. So actually I need to cut the stream short here pretty quick. So I'm going to work on this more off stream. I'm going to bring this into a very dull Militarum gray. I plan on doing some probably some Rhinox hide into the grip here to pull that out. Probably bring this into a natural steel, and then probably some gold bronzing work up at the front. Turn these back to steel, grind this up to be the pistol point. And of course I need to come get the other Aquila and kind of clear up the lines over here. And I'm probably going to actually turn this into copper. So very dingy, very used, but a very good looking Imperial war pistol, especially once this gold is done. Then I come back in and clean that up. It's going to look just fantastic. And you can kind of see just from the camera angle there, bright gold, dull. So the brown just lets it have its shine, which is what we're after, is to let it have that shine. So, but unfortunately, guys, I do need to cut the stream short now, but I do appreciate everybody showing up, and we will definitely be trying to get back to a normal every Tuesday. The holidays, I don't know if it will affect it. That New Year's Tuesday before Christmas, who knows? We may have more live streams. I don't know yet. So I'm still going to try to kick this stuff and hopefully be moving forward. But I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, coming and checking out what we're working on. Definitely hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And feel free to go check out my new shop at rise3dprintingshop.com and see if there's anything out there, because things like this will be appearing up in that shop. Even the peg will eventually wind up over there for sale. So thank you guys. Appreciate all of you. And we will see you guys next Tuesday.